Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Today, Sunday, August 2nd, 2015, there's a story out of New Mexico saying two churches in Las Cruces were bombed. A bomb was placed in a mailbox at one church and detonated inside a garbage can at another church. They're saying no one is injured. What's interesting about this story is almost no one is reporting it, which is atypical. Anyway, I want to go through and show you what a hoax this is. We don't need the mainstream coverage to see. All we need are the gematria skills. In the articles that are being syndicated, this image of this little girl's being put out, no mas today. Look at the name down here, Truth Seeker. Aaliyah Dominguez. Dominguez, that's a curious spelling. Aaliyah Dominguez, 11, stands on North Alameda Boulevard on Sunday, August 7th, 2015, in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Well, there's two things that are curious about the name Aaliyah Dominguez. The first is its gematria. Aaliyah Dominguez sums to 82. 82. And today's date is August 2nd, 8-2. The name a lot like the date. And then Aliyah itself is an interesting word because in Judaism it means the immigration to Israel. The honor of being called upon to read from the Torah. Remember, Torah has that gematria of 239 connected to the date September 23rd. And as we go through this, we're going to see that there's some more September 23rd connections. Also recall how Aaliyah, the pop star, died in a plane crash just weeks before September 11th occurred. In hindsight, I don't think that's a coincidence. I have a video post on that. So anyway, these church bombings, they took place in Las Cruces, New Mexico. New Mexico is the 47th state. That's interesting because the word Christian has gematria of 47. New Mexico and Christian. New Mexico is also the home of the 47 UFO crash in the 47th state. The first ever UFO sighting was above Mount Rainier. Rainier has 47 gematria. First ever UFO spotted in Washington state above Mount Rainier. Another 47. The gematria of Las Cruces, New Mexico is 77, connecting to words such as Christ and Judaism. The American meridian is the 77th meridian. One of the churches bombed today was Calvary Baptist Church. The word Calvary has gematria of 28 the small way and 82 the big way. Think about the date August 2nd. Depending on where you are in the world, that date is written either 8/2 or 2/8. Just like Calvary, where the first bomb exploded on 8/2. The religion of Calvary Baptist Church is 86. Remember, the word symbol, triangle, and pyramid all have simple English gematria of 86, an important number. The other bomb detonated at Holy Cross Catholic Church, which has gematria of 113, a number coded into so many hoaxes. The word mainstream 113, the word green screen 113, the word dishonest 113. Bava Kama A113 says a Jew can circumvent a Gentile by lying to them. That means lying to get around them, to get something out of them. With the S exception, this church sums to 122, another number being coded into a whole lot right now. Holy Cross Catholic Church has simple English gematria of 266. In my recent post talking about Satanism and coding going on, I noticed that this number seems to be related somehow, and here it shows up again. So I just document that. The man who founded the Church of Satan seems to have a affinity with that number. Anton LaVey. Also, today's date, August 2nd, it just reminds me of the word Armageddon, Truth Seeker. So many Christians out there are waiting for, Jesus' return and the apocalypse, Armageddon. With regards to 82 and 113, just show you something here real quick, Truth Seeker. Those churches had gematria of 113 and 82. Apocalypse, 113, Armageddon, 82. The names of the churches in gematria. You know? Makes you wonder. Coincidence or not? Perhaps foreshadowing. And when I think of Armageddon, it makes me think of nuclear Armageddon. Something we've all been conditioned to living in this world, the thought of nuclear annihilation for the world, a part of the world. Today's date, August 2nd, 2015, has numerology of 45, and 45 was the year of the first nuclear weapons test in New Mexico on the 33rd parallel, ordered by the 33rd president who took over when FDR died, the 32nd president. The date of that test was the Trinity test, July 16th, 1945, a date with 33 numerology. Again, 33rd President Truman, 33rd parallel, 33 date numerology. Hiroshima would be bombed less than a month later, a date with 33 numerology as well. It was dropped by the Enola, which has gematria of 47, Gay, which has gematria of 33. The word Tibbets, the third word that's not used as often in the name of that plane, has gematria of 77, number we mentioned at the beginning. American meridian, 77th meridian. The test was called the Trinity test. The word Trinity has this gematria of 115, like the word Freemasons, the plural, like the word killing in Jewish gematria. No doubt nuclear weapons, if real, are for killing. I'm someone who thinks that nuclear weapons might not really be real. They might just be part of the propaganda, fear-mongering that is waged against us as a society. A major control tactic, if you will. So here's what's concerning, Truth Seeker. This town, Las Cruces, it's on the 32nd meridian, 32nd parallel and the 106th meridian. The word nuclear bomb, Truth Seeker, has gematria of 106. Talk more about that in a second. Talk more about that in just a second. Also, there's a whole lot of 106 coding going on right now. There was 106 coding in the recent Charleston shooting, the recent F-16 Cessna crash, also in the Carolinas, also in the 63 black church bombing, relating to today in church bombings. This word prophecy, Truth Seeker, has gematria of 106. And right now, a lot of Christians, which this is a deliberate attack on, this news story, see all sorts of biblical prophecy being fulfilled with events that are occurring all around us. What I ask is that prophecy the work of God or the work of madmen? And to me, the evidence points to the work of very mad people. Again, the FBI is first on the scene. As I've talked about before, the FBI was established July 26, 1908, a date with 33 numerology, and a date with other important connections. 726 connects to the number Revelation in English gematria. The FBI throughout history, as far as I can tell from this research, has been waging hoaxes by the numbers, incorporating these biblical numbers, and doing exactly what we're now decoding today, here, August 2nd. And if you take the time to go back through this video blog, I've done more than 600 posts in less than a year. The anniversary of this, the 1 year anniversary of this blog is coming up in the middle of this month. But if you take the time to go through those stories, I've decoded these numbers many times, talked about them many times. By seeing how all these stories come together, this information can more easily be understood. But make no mistake about it, the FBI plays a major role in all the hoaxes waged against us, instigating the problem and then providing the solution and reporting. Check out this text at 10:33 this morning from Courtney Schoeneman. They like to break stories on Twitter now. This is a story about a church bombing with still no imagery or footage put out of any type of bomb going off. We'll see if something comes out later today. It seems odd that the news media hasn't gone crazier with this story. Perhaps they didn't pull off the hoax so well. Here's another tweet. Robin Zielinski, images from Holy Cross Catholic Church. She tweeted at 9:23 in the morning, Truth Seeker. A lot like the date September 23rd upcoming. Robin Zielinski, named gematria of 82, like today's date, like the name of the church. Authorities said first device went off in mailbox at the Calvary Baptist Church. Remember, gematria of 82. And the second device exploded in a trash bin at the Holy Cross Catholic Church. Gematria of 113. 82. Armageddon. 113. Apocalypse. Investigators said the device at Calvary Baptist Church detonated at 8:30 a.m. and the device at Holy Cross Catholic Church exploded in a trash bin at 8:45, shattering a stained glass window. Think about this, Truth Seeker. On a clock with hands, 8:30, the hands are on the 8 and 6. 8 and 6, again, the word symbol is 86. The word triangle is 86. We're talking about the Trinity bomb test. The word bomb is 86. And they dropped the bomb in Hiroshima on 8/6. Okay? And then the other one is 8:45. That means the hands would be on the 8 and the 9. The word religion has gematria of 89. 89. If 6 was 9. So those are the times of the bombs going off. I think coded detonations, all part of the numerical hoax. And when we think of church bombings, it's definitely going to make us think of the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing of September 15th, 1963. 63 was 52 years ago. In that year, there was a Pennsylvania train crash, a black church terrorist act, and a presidential assassination. The only piece we're missing from that story is the presidential assassination this year, Truth Seeker. This attack took place on a date with 106 numerology. And again, in the recent Charleston church shooting, they coded 106 all throughout the story through the victim names, but even from the night of the initial reporting, let's just watch this video footage, Truth Seeker. I want you to notice there's a Tea Party flag on this fire truck, and as it backs up, you'll see its number E106. This is outside the Charleston church shooting, the worst act of terrorism against black people in a church since the 63 bombing. And again, that took place on a date with 106 numerology, and from the beginning, they coded 106 into this story. Here we go. Can you see it? E106. And again, it had that Tea Party flag on the back. And gematria, Tea Party, gematria of 106. Also 74 and 47 coded into it. In history, Truth Seeker, there's a movie about a bomb going off in Charleston in the harbor, released on March 20th, 83. 3 plus 20 plus 83, date numerology connection to 106. It's about a nuclear bomb detonating, again in Charleston, where the church shooting happened. So this coding, it's just relentless. It's over and over. It shows the proof behind the ongoing hoaxes waged against us, how they are plotted, how they are mapped out. It's all part of a sick joke, Truth Seeker. No Mas Today by Aliyah Dominguez. You learn this gematria, all you have to do is look at one picture like this and you'll have the whole thing figured out. You know, the name equals 82 on August 2nd. Church is syncing up, all of it. I want to close with one last point, Truth Seeker. All right, Truth Seeker. So I just want to close with this point right here, especially for those of you who are new, to see how these numbers have a greater significance to them. In other recent headlines, there were a series of church burnings, predominantly black churches. As I pointed out in the research I did, they were mostly done in very small towns, including towns with populations as few as 300, 500, and 1,000 people. In all of the stories, it was FBI spokesperson Paul Bresson. What's interesting about Paul Bresson is his name gematria, Truth Seeker. Pythagorean, it sums to 43. And with S exception, 61. This number 43 was coded all over the Charleston church shooting. And see, the name Paul Bresson also fits in. The senator who died 43 days before his birthday, has 43 name gematria. The Civil War started in Charleston. Civil War has gematria 43, just like Charleston. And again, with regards to church, what Paul Bresson summed to with the S exceptions, whoops, I have to spell it right. Church sums to 61 in gematria, very important number. And here we're talking a lot about churches. Where the number 61 comes from is God in Jewish gematria, Truth Seeker. And things that connect to God, such as the word miracle, oftentimes have gematria of 61. But we need to back up for a second. Let's go back to God. Notice that God in simple English gematria sums to 26, and the English alphabet A through Z is of 26 letters. The word God is often written G-D. They leave out the O. This is the 7th letter and the 4th letter, a lot like the birthday of the United States of America, 7/4, July/4th. Notice that God in English gematria sums to 156. Okay, with that in your mind, notice the birthday of the nation, July 4th, has gematria of 156. And if you follow my research, I talk about how 74 and 33 get coded a lot together, very important numbers. 33 also has this gematria of 156. And right now there's been a lot of focus on the Carolinas more than any other place with the same types of stories. South Carolina has this coding in it. South Carolina focus really started with the assassination of Walter Scott on the 47-year anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr.'s death on April 4th. Think about how New Mexico, we're talking about today, the 47th state. 47 is the reflection of 74. So these numbers, they're all based in gematria, and they all essentially amount to tributes to God. That's what they're doing over and over with this continued coding in all of these stories, while also forecasting what their next move is, it seems. Don't forget it, FBI established on a date with 33 numerology, an organization that's always been by the numbers, which is why all these hoaxes are by the numbers. So that's pretty much the message, Truth Seeker. You can use these websites as tools too to help you out, make the calculations faster. All right, until next time.